The cold here is not an absence, but a presence. This tree knows that weight. It has carried the ice of centuries. It stands because it has learned how to bend. His face holds the map of this land, every line a story written by the wind and cold. These eyes have seen minus 60 degrees 1,000 times, and they show no fear, only deep understanding. This is the first ritual, performed in silence before the sun. Every layer is a barrier, a calculated defense against the world waiting outside. There is no haste here, only deliberate preparation. From wool to felt to leather, this is the science of survival. Each seam is a potential weakness, each layer a trap for precious warmth. Dampness is the true enemy, a silent thief of heat. Now the final transformation, sealing the last gap to the world. The narrow slit for his eyes becomes his only window. In this cocoon of fabric and fur, a man becomes a creature of the cold. Inside, the world is a soft blur of blue and white. Out there, the physics are different, a reality of crystal and breath. The window is not just glass, it is the frontier. The ore door opens, and the cold enters like a tangible force. To step across this threshold is to leave one world for another. The light is blinding, the air a shock to the lungs. Watch the very act of breathing become visible. Each exhale is a cloud that instantly turns to ice, a fine powder that clings to everything. This is your body's heat made solid and stolen by the air. In this immense silence, a single sound travels for miles. The crunch of boots on wind-hardened snow is the only drumbeat. He is a solitary figure against an endless, untouched plain. To the untrained eye, this is empty wilderness. To him, it is a page in a living ledger. That faint depression, that tiny print, they are a story of life passing through. This is the living taiga, a forest of ice and endurance. Every branch is sheathed in glass, every river locked in a frozen scar. It is a landscape of breathtaking, brutal beauty. Time is not measured in hours here, but in distance covered and light remaining. He moves with the steady, relentless pace of someone carrying the cold with him. This is the weight of a Siberian day. Fuel is as precious as food in this depth of cold. These dry twigs, gathered from the shelter of the ancient tree, are the potential for life. They are hope, gathered by careful, gloved hands. The construction of the fire is an act of reverence. A small circle cleared, a perfect teepee built with frozen twigs. This geometry is ancient knowledge, the blueprint for survival. Then a shock of violent orange and a world of blue and white. This tiny flame is an impossible defiance. Its light reflects in the ice and in his eyes, a fleeting, vital triumph. Snow, the very symbol of the cold, is transformed by the flame's edge. In the blackened tin, it collapses into the water that will sustain him. Steam rises, a brief banner against the freeze. This is food stripped to its purest function, fuel. The translucent frozen fish, the hard bread, they are calories, the currency of survival. He eats without pleasure, with purpose. The check for frostbite is a silent conversation with his own body, the warm skin of his wrist against his cheek, a diagnostic touch. It is a moment of profound self-awareness and care. The land provides, and you must leave no trace. The ashes are scattered, the snow swept over, a ritual of respect. To take from this wilderness, you must also give back. The frozen river is a highway of ice, a serpent of white and blue cutting through the forest. From above, its scale is humbling. The approaching figure is but a speck. This is the challenge laid before him. The ice groans, a deep subsonic rumble you feel in your bones. It is the sound of the river still alive beneath the frozen shell. It is a reminder that nothing here is ever truly still or silent. Knowledge is the only safe path. His boots find the rough, milky white ice, the solid ground. He avoids the dark, smooth patches where danger lies hidden. Each step is a decision based on 1,000 winters of learning. He stops and listens. His entire being is focused on the messages from the ice beneath his feet. This is not fear, but the deepest form of respect, a dialogue with a powerful, unpredictable force. The long twilight turns the world to indigo and ethereal blue. The cold sharpens, becoming a blade. His silhouette moves toward an unseen home, a journey made more urgent by the failing light. From above, his story is written in a single line of footprints through untouched snow. They lead unerringly towards that distant glowing point of light, the pool of warmth, the promise of refuge. In the vast darkness, that single window is a beacon. Its golden light and the smoke from the chimney speak of life defiantly maintained. It is not just a cabin, it is an outpost of humanity. You do not rush the warmth. He sits at the threshold, letting his body remember the heat slowly. Frost melts from his furs in droplets, the slow, careful ritual of safe return. The care for gear is the care for tomorrow. Each brush of snow from the Valenki, each careful placement by the stove is an investment in future survival. These tools are extensions of the self. The shared meal is silent, the conversation held in weary glances. The steaming stew is more than food, it is the reward for the day's endurance. The howling wind outside only deepens the peace within. From the cold, the inside world is a beautiful blurred mystery seen through a lattice of frost. The frost itself is the barrier, the art created by the collision of warmth and deep cold. Under a canopy of 1,000,000 stars, the land returns to its true state, silent, immense, and untouched. This is the harmony, a world where human presence is a temporary whisper in an eternal, frozen breath.